So I'm with my lovely friend Madeline, who is also a professional model as well. So today I thought it might be fun to actually do a video where I do somebody's makeup because I haven't done that before. So let's get started. I thought we could do just like a talking video where we just do whatever and see how it goes. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a sunscreen, and this is Benefit Dream Screen, and I just got this actually, and I've been really liking it. It's kind of like a serum sunscreen. Just take that and then I'm going to apply it all over her face. Alright, so she has really nice glowing skin now thanks to the sunscreen. And now we're going to go ahead with a BB cream. So I actually have a couple makeup items right now. Over here I have Kiehl's or I have Peter Thomas Roth. So which one do you want? She likes Kiehl's.
I like Kiehl's, but I've never tried this.
This one? Okay, so actually we can maybe try both and see what happens. Okay. That one's quite light, so I can use it as a bit of a highlighter. So I'm going to take it at the back of my hand. These are my brushes over here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small brush, just like this. And what I like to do is I just like to apply just streaks of the makeup onto her face and then blending it out. You can do this, you know, when you're at home and you don't want to use your fingers or mess things up. You can just use a brush. And then I like to use a bigger brush to just make sure everything is blended in. So this is just kind of the base, and now we're going to go in with this one. This one is a bit lighter, so I'm actually going to use it on the highlight points. So if you...
What's the difference between a BB cream and a CC cream?
Okay, so a BB cream is actually like the first, I call it the first generation. CC cream is just a more refined version. There are two types of CC creams. There are CC creams that only color correct, and there are CC creams that are only for kind of just, I don't know, overall it has more coverage and has a better texture.
Like a foundation.
Well, it's more like a tinted moisturizer. So this one is a bit lighter, so as you can see I'm going just towards where light hits her face. So if you accidentally buy a lighter foundation, you can still use it as semi-highlighter. It's like a V shape in this area, and I'm just kind of applying that. It's always good, like in the summer, if you want to just go a bit lighter with your foundation and go with concealer. So if you do have blemishes and stuff like I do, you can just put a bit lighter foundation since it's not so heavy, and then just use concealer. So this is the Bobbi Brown BBU palette. I love this so much, and I'm just gonna pick a shade and then just apply that onto just areas where you think she needs a bit more, but she has pretty good skin, so you don't really have to worry about that. I find like using your own fingers happens to be one of the best tools, I think, just because it warms up the product really well. So if you just look up, I'm going to do for under eye circles. For under eye circles, you can use this kind of, if your concealer is kind of creamy, you can go ahead and use it, but it would be best if you had like a liquid concealer, then you kind of just dot underneath. But because this is quite a melting kind of texture, you don't really need that.
Techniques, like when you do makeup for yourself, when you do it for other people, do you do things differently?
Yeah, I do, definitely. Like if I do my makeup on myself, you kind of know your facial features already, whereas if you do someone else's makeup, you might not be familiar.
But you're used to it.
Yeah.
You're used to my face.
Yeah, because I always do Madeline's makeup as well. So as you can see, it's pretty much covered up as well. So the concealer, and if it looks a bit thick, it's okay, just because it will kind of fade and do all that as time goes on. So you can see it's quite a fresh kind of foundation. We're going to do with a bit of powder. Chanel Les Beiges Healthy Glow Sheer Powder. So we're just going to take a bigger fluffy powder brush. This is from One Day Brushes, which I really, really like. So I'm just going to take it with my brush, and then I'm just going to sweep it. And this helps set the makeup. Like you think that maybe setting your makeup during the summertime is really heavy or cakey, but actually this helps hold it and like helps control oil as well. Gives you a really nice subtle glow, and it's not like you're pressing the powder in, you're kind of just sweeping it onto the face.
Needs some eyes.
Eye makeup. eyeshadow base that I've been using a lot. It is Lancome La Base Paupières Pro. I love it because it's in like, I would call it like a MAC paint pot kind of pot. You know MAC paint pot? It looks just like this, it looks just like the same packaging. So you just kind of just use it like a concealer. You use your hand just to steady the face as well. Right, so you're done with the eyes.
Is that all?
Just kidding, I'm not. I'm going to use this by Lancome too. It is the Hypnose Palette Star Eyes. It looks like this. It's one of my really favorite palettes just because it has basically everything you need in one. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix these two colors first. We're going to apply that all over the lids. With eyeshadow, it's really easy. You just need something that is a base shade and something that is a darker shade to kind of emphasize the eyes really. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this kind of matte taupey color. This is a matte color, and if you use a shimmery base color, you can always balance it out with a matte color. So this actually goes here and also into your crease. So you're just basically making the shimmer a little bit less obvious. So you're just applying it again in this area, a V shape, and into your crease. Not supposed to look very obvious at all, but it's very subtle. I'm going to use a pencil brush to blend that out. Then I'm going to put with my fingers, and I'm going to dot that right on the middle. So what this does is it makes your eyeballs 3D, more 3D. And then if you want, you can leave it like that, or you can do what I would do is add a bit of a darker color just because I love just having defined eyes. So I'll just put just a tiny bit. I'm using like the dark brown shade. And I'm just going to go along the lash line, just right there, just to emphasize the outer lash line. Okay, but if you look, it's not that much. Alright, so I'm using my favorite eyeliner. It's the Lancome Liner Plum Your Eyes. And I'm just going to go ahead and just line it. I love using these pens if you're definitely a beginner. These are really easy for you just because you don't have to like be scared of, you know, it's like a marker, using a marker. So if you're doing someone's makeup, you just hold it right there, just draw. In the meantime, while she just closes her eyes and let the eyeliner dry, we're just going to do her eyebrows. So I have MAC Spiked, which is a really good eyebrow pencil, and I'm just gonna angle that way. And I'm just gonna draw. So after that, you can use a spoolie to smudge out the eyebrow, but I don't have that, so I'm just gonna use this one. It's supposed to be quite blurred out in the beginning, and then it sharpens out towards the end. If you have like super sharp brows in the beginning, it can look a bit fierce, I think. I only drew from this area to this area, and then I left that blank. And I'm using my brush to smudge out whatever pigment I can pick out from here, and then smudging out from this area. That way you have more natural eyebrows, especially if you're using like a brown pencil. Now after we're done with the eyeliner, what we're going to do is we're just going to line the waterline. So we're gonna use, you can use a pencil. I love using like kohl pencils to do this, but I'm not supposed to go too heavy, so I'm gonna use this, which is just a dark brown. Lower and then just kind of apply that. I always feel like this really opens up and it makes your eyes like pop, as opposed to like not having it. I don't know why. Okay, so now I'm gonna do her eyelashes. So I have an eyelash curler. I love Shuyamura's eyelash curler. It's the best eyelash curler ever. Really. Then you just lift it up. It's always better this way. After we're done with eyes, I kind of like to always go with a powder brush and just sweep anything that I, especially like mascara, fall out. So that's just kind of like a clean, basic eye. It's not that clean, but still like, you know, you're like wearing makeup, you know. You know, sometimes if you go too clean, it's like you're not wearing anything. It's like, why'd you put stuff on the beginning? Now we're gonna be doing contouring, and it's your favorite.
My favorite. It gives me cheekbones.
Yeah.
And
she's quite chiseled already, so I don't know what she's talking about. I'm gonna use Hula by Benefit. I love
have
this.
seen this
Yeah.
for a long time. Every journey that we have together, she brings this in.
So with contouring, it's just an E shape. So you're starting from the forehead, then we're doing just below the cheekbones, and then we're doing the jawline. So that's just going to cinch your face in, because contouring is all about shadow and adding shadow. So I'm going to start here. If your contour is a bit heavy, don't worry. Use a brush to just sweep that and blend it out. So her forehead and shape it. I'm using this kind of brush for contouring. It's kind of like fluffy, but still has an edge to it. I'm just blending that out. With contouring, you want to make sure that you always set the face with the powder first, because if your face is still wet from the foundation, it will start caking up and being patchy, because the bronzer is sticking to those areas that are still not set. Just look straight. You can see that the face is slightly more slimmer. But I'm not too over the top either. It's a very fresh kind of look. Usually she's like, just put it on. More. So after you're done with your contouring, now it's time for blush. I'm using Tarte. I can never pronounce the name of this blush. A-T-O-T. How would you say that? Right, so I'm going to use this blush. I'm just going to use this brush. I'm just going to apply the blush onto her cheeks. I love blush. It's like one of the #1 things that every girl should apply, even if they're not putting eyeshadow on. Just because.
Do your cheeks even if you don't do
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy to do your cheeks, but it makes such a big difference, especially in the morning when you're like groggy and.
My lips are very, very
Yeah, so
dry.
I'm gonna use this to just. I did the same thing. Posy Balm, and I love this. So I'm just taking a brush. It's a lip balm. So I'm gonna apply the lip balm, but it has a bit of color to it. So it's quite a light color. It's like these little like Benefit lip balms. They have a bit of color, but not too much. And then we're not gonna go too heavy with lipstick. We're just gonna stick with some gloss. So I'm just gonna apply this gloss for her. This is Dior. I love Dior. I just love the packaging. Doesn't it make you feel like so like I'll just eat macarons all day and Alright, so when you do someone's lips, you can always hold it just like here. It'll steady everything. Done. So she is done with the makeup. Okay, last thing I would do is probably set it, because it's summer and it's sweating all the time. I love to set my makeup. Alright, so this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I love this. So I'm just gonna put it. It kind of like blends the makeup together. So don't touch it while it's setting or anything. Just let it vaporize itself. It'll do that really nicely. So yeah, she is finished. That is something I would do for, because summer is quite fresh, I think, and I don't use too much. Yeah, so I really hope you like this video. This is what she looks like. Nice and bronze goddess. But look how beautiful she is. So beautiful. Yeah, so if you have any questions, you can check out Madeline's Instagram. Do it. It'll be in the information box below. You can follow her. Follow me if you haven't. So yeah, it's in the information box. And yeah, so I guess if you like these videos, let me